Okay everyone, so in this video I'm going to be going over a few modifications that I've done to my armor. A few months ago I was able to go to a Comic-Con event and with the local 501st garrison there, and while I was there I was talking to the garrison leader about if he had any tips for my armor before I get it approved. And he said like a couple of things that I might consider doing with my armor is changing the way how the thigh pieces connect to the cod piece, and then also how to keep my torso in. Probably like the biggest thing I had was that my torso piece here kept sliding up into my chest, so there was this big black gap in between the torso and the cod piece, and I wasn't able to hold that in place. And he said that there is a way that he did that could help keep that there. So first, so starting with the cod piece, originally what we did is that, we had the little piece here held by these two buttons that would hold a strap down that would go on the inside of the upper part of the thighs here. But we're not going to do that anymore. So instead what we're going to do is that you're going to take a belt, put the belt on, and then you're going to have a strap that comes up from the thigh, and then I chose to just kind of loop it over the belt. You can put like an actual loop or something like that if you want to, but since I had the two buttons here, I figured it'd be easier to do that way. So like as I'm wearing the belt, it would come up through and then down into the other snap, and so basically it would be held by the belt instead of on the cod piece. So that way there wouldn't be so much pressure on this with the suspenders trying to keep it up while it was also being held down by the thighs. So now instead, most of that weight is transferred to the belt instead. So that is to help with the shins. And then before we go up to the torso, I'll just quickly say another modification that I did is that every time that I was walking, my shin pieces kept opening up because I guess the way that my foot was at the bottom, or maybe was at the top of the knee, I don't really know where, but somehow this kept popping open, and these three spots weren't enough, so I decided to take little bits of more Velcro and just reinforce the entire thing. I haven't tested it just yet, but I'm hoping that with more surface area that'll be able to hold in place a lot better than what I was doing before. Still the same what we were doing before as far as holding it. Just have the two straps from the bottom of the thigh connect to the top of the shin, and then that's what we'll be holding it up in place. It's still not quite as tightly as I would like to be. I wish it was more, fitted and firm, but I guess it just wasn't designed that way. Yeah, I found it very difficult to walk if I would try and put more in there, and maybe it would keep popping up more, but yeah, so that's just how we're going to keep it that way. So now then for the torso, he said, similar to how the belt would be keeping the thigh pieces up, we're going to use the torso and the belt to keep it down. So what we're going to do here is that I made this little strap with the adjuster and put a button snap on the front. So how it would work is that you just put this loop through the belt before you put it on. Then after securing it, you would go up through and connect here. And so now the torso is being held down by the belt, which is also being held down by the weight of the shins. So that way, like, I can still move around, but it'll just keep this nice and secure inside of the top part of the cod piece. So that's what I've done there. And another slight thing, I haven't made this adjustment yet, but the next thing I'm going to do is that for some reason my cod piece, after like the first 15 minutes or so, kept popping out, so the Velcro may be losing its integrity or so, but I'm going to take this off and get like a thicker strip of white, both on the inside and the outside piece as well, and hopefully that'll keep it down together. But overall, they said that it looked good. I'm just waiting for my backpack to get from Crook Knight. Hopefully it'll be sometime soon before the new year. I'd like to get the whole thing submitted and hopefully approved by then. So that's it for this video. Catch you later.